Hello, America. Another shovel-ready job. Another shovel-ready project. I see on the TV, one of my favorite channels, uh, about how they're making solar panels out of film. It's about the same as a Kodak film. Uh, can be rolled out, made in massive sheets. Can be made to. They're even working on being able to paint it onto objects. Now, they say this guy's very close to being able to print this stuff out in rolls a mile long. Now, why couldn't the government go in and help this man with investment to get it to the final stage, to get it to where he can install it in a factory? And then the government with seed money and community investments, not banks, not state banks, world banks, not any of that. Community investment. Put up a factory. Get an abandoned factory that's already been put there. Renew it, set it up. This thing looks like a newspaper machine. It prints a continuous roll. Seed money, the investor comes in. The president and his policy is solar, green energy. Green energy is great. So we can print out miles and miles and miles and miles of this solar, subsidized lightly by the government till it's able to make a profit on its own. The purpose of funding this at all is to foster jobs in the community and products that can sell here in the U.S. and internationally. Just think if we could take a country like Egypt or Iraq and cover entire neighborhoods with this solar film and set up an infrastructure for solar energy. They'd be set. We could do the same thing here in the deserts. We could make solar plants that are so large they would power the entire United States. Now, I'm not a total believer in the EPA and them shutting down all our power plants. What I'm saying is if the administration wants to go green policy and make jobs at the same time, here is a shovel-ready project. We could have 2,700 government engineers and scientists working on this guy's last step to get it to production. We could get it to production in record time. We could produce record amounts of this stuff. We would be the solar producer of the world within months, if not, a year and a half. I'm sure with government bureaucracy and red tape, it's going to take a while. But all very possible solutions. There you go, shovel ready. Also, men need jobs installing these. We're going to have acres and acres and acres of this stuff out in the desert land. We need men to go out there. We need infrastructure to support it. We're going to need some water, some utilities. We're going to need power lines. We're going to need storage facilities. We're going to need new ways to store this great solar power that we just came up with. Now, if you disagree, put a video up that shows how your plan is far superior. If you think the administration's doing just fine, give me a thumbs down. I dare you to come up with anything better. At least I'm throwing solutions on the table. It needs to be like a giant poker game between us and Congress, and they need to hear our voice. They need to hear what we say. And the only way to do that is to keep saying it and put it out in public, that we're thinking people. We could solve our own problems. Government runs us into these dead-end holes and then says, oh, I'm here to save you. Well, you ran us into the hole. Just like all foreign policy, as far as we supported Saddam against Iran, Afghanistan. We supported Afghanistan against Russia. All places we've had to go mop up recently. Been messing around Egypt for 30 years. Places where we have to mop up. Save the $62 billion they paid to Egypt. Bring it back to America. Send humanitarian aid, medical supplies, grain, corn, water. That's what they need. They don't need us meddling in their politics. They don't need us meddling in their economy. And we don't need government meddling in our economy. Give us some common sense trade laws. We'll make some solutions. And I guarantee you the American citizen is well within his power to stand up and take advantage of the benefits you give us, and we will be successful again. You give us a fair trade agreement, we'll be back to the strongest country in America, in the world. We'll be back to a world leader. Unshackle us, unchain the regulations, open up the throttles, let America work. Put some fair trade, put some fair tariffs. America needs to work. We want to work. But you, making the policy, are blocking us and stopping us and then suing us when we're smart enough to realize that you are blocking us. Suing us to keep us down from saying that something is unfair. You used the courts and the power of government to suppress public opinion. Now that's not how to make America strong. That's not how we make a strong economy. That's how you suppress a people. That's how you suppress a nation. Use their laws and loopholes against them so they don't get to voice their opinion and enforce their opinion legally in the United States. That's what it's about. That's where the economy's at. Now, this nation's the greatest nation in the world, and I'm a part of it. And I'm a part of the problems as much as the solutions. God bless America.